Will China's rise as a superpower really happen? As U.S. Senator Marco Rubio said in a March 19th interview with conservative host Hugh Hewitt, China's rise is no accident, but how the U.S. responds to this challenge is what matters most. Today, we're diving into the big question: will China's rise as a superpower actually happen? Here's a short answer. Yes, it's very likely, based on everything we know right now. I believe China will rise and hit its peak in the next 10 years or so. Let's break it down from 4 angles: where China stands today, the conflicts it faces globally, what the future might hold, and how long this rise can last. Part 1. Where China's rise stands today. China's rise is happening across the board: agriculture, industry, technology, and even military strength. In most of these areas, China is either closing in on the top or already there. Agriculture, asterisk. In 2023, China produced 695 million tons of grain, staying above 650 million tons per year, with a grain self-sufficiency rate of 95%. Over 73% of its farming is mechanized, and tech like drones and precision irrigation is spreading fast. Fertilizers and pesticides, 100% self-sufficient. Seeds are a mixed bag. Core crops like rice and wheat are over 95% homegrown, but soybeans and corn still lean on imports. Research budgets are growing, and local companies are pushing hard into high-end seed development. Industry, asterisk. China's industrial system is massive, making up about 35% of global manufacturing. Think 80% of the world's TV, 75% of mobile phones, 60% of computers, 60% of aluminum, 55% of steel, and 33% of cars. It's a leader in high-speed rail, 5G, solar power, renewables, drones, and industrial robots. Automation is catching up fast, with robot density nearing developed country levels like Xiaomi's lights-out factories turning out phones and cars. But there's a catch: high-end, semiconductors, jet engines, and precision machine tools are still out of reach due to tech barriers and foreign restrictions. Breaking through those will decide how high China's industrial rise can climb. Services, asterisk. The service sector is now China's economic backbone, signing in digital economy, finance, tech, and consumer services. Thanks to data censorship and internet walls, China's built its own digital ecosystem, birthing a ton of tech giants. But that isolation cuts both ways. China's voice is missing from the global internet, and its digital firms struggle overseas. Still, with latecomer advantages absorbing and leaping past tech and intense human capital investment, China dominates e-commerce over 50% of global transactions. Logistics, digital payments, 5G, and short video platforms turning the world into copies. The government's also teamed up with companies to build a huge digital surveillance network. Think video monitoring, facial recognition, AI, and big data. Nearly every tech giant involved using real name registration to track everything via phones, networks, and service providers. It's even exporting this model to other authoritarian states. Since the US hit ZTE and Huawei with sanctions in 2018, China's pushed hard for homegrown tech, closing the gap and sometimes passing global standards. Part 2. Global conflict. China's rise isn't smooth sailing. It's stirring up tensions worldwide. Labor rights and product dumping, asterisk. China's overtime culture comes from growth demands, tradition, and policy, clashing with Western values like individual rights, work-life balance, and fair trade. Workers clock long hours, and scale keeps profits low. Industrial exports hit 42% of production, boosted by government subsidies. This dumping of cheap goods, solar panels, EVs, steel has crushed industries elsewhere. Some jokingly call China the developed country shredder that sparked tariffs, quotas, lawsuits, and retaliation, fueling trade wars and a fragmented global economy. Tensions aren't going anywhere soon. Value clashes, asterisk. China and the West don't see eye to eye on big ideas. Individual V's. Collective, democracy versus control. Markets V's. Intervention. Human rights VS. Development. China puts the state first, praising overtime as grit and sacrifice. The West prioritizes freedom and personal happiness. Freedom issues, asterisk. Long hours are seen as rights violations in the West. The USS Uyghur Forced Labor Prevention Act assumes Xinjiang goods involve forced labor, banning them and sanctioning those involved lighting the fuse on the U.S. trade war. The EU's new forced labor ban, set to kick in fully by 2027, could shrink China. You trade big time. Asterisk. Democracy vs. Authoritarianism. Asterisk. It's a standoff freedom vs. order, elections vs. results, free markets vs. state control. The divide's deep, and it's splitting the world. Democratic blocs, US, EU, Japan face off against authoritarian ones, China, Russia. In 2023, the US-China trade war ramped up with higher tariffs and tech decoupling, like chip bans, messing with supply chains. Markets vs. intervention, China's mixed economy leans on state control. State firms are 40% of GDP. Subsidies and cheap exports. The West pushes free markets, fair play, and IP protection. Rights vs. development, China sacrifices privacy and speech for stability. The West values privacy but still monitors its own way. Global order, China's AIIB, SCO, New Development Bank, and Belt and Road projects boost its clout through cash, infrastructure, and security ties, challenging the West's grip on global rules. The US and others are pushing back hard. Part 3. What's next? Here's where things might head. China's human and tech advantages will keep it closing the gap with the West, matching or even overtaking in many industries. Competition with democracies will heat up. Overtime-fueled goods vs. labor, protected products is a fight that won't resolve. Expect deeper divides and full-on decoupling. We could see a Cold War redux. Authoritarian states like China and Russia vs. democratic ones like the US, EU, and Japan. Geopolitical conflicts might spark bigger, messier wars. Part 4. How long can it last? The banned Chinese song Kill That Shijia Zhuang person has a line. Living like this for 30 years until the building collapses. It's a poetic jab at how massive change can wreck old ways of life. China's biggest threat, a crashing birth rate and a growing no marriage. No kids trend down to 1.18 in 2023, just 0.6 in Shanghai. Best case, 30 years from now, when the 90s generation, the last of the population, boom, leaves the workforce. China's working-age elderly ratio flips, tanking its edge. The authoritarian system and privileged elite hold most wealth and power control is their game. Giving up that grip for welfare reforms would unravel their rule, so they won't. That locks China into high taxes. Low welfare over high taxes, high welfare, forced births like the old, brutal family planning flipped on its head, won't work either. Killing an embryo was simple. Creating, birthing, and raising one costs way more than the government can handle. Will economic collapse topple the Communist Party and halt the rise? Nope, not likely. We'll tackle that next time. Variables to watch, AI and automation breakthroughs. Imagine a world run by AI robots and AI factories. Cloning or artificial womb, with laws forcing sperm and egg donations. Wars spiraling from local skirmishes to nuclear chaos. Wrapping up. That's my take on China's future knowledge. A final word, just a vision. What do you think about China's rise? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you liked this, hit that like button, subscribe, and stick around for more. See you next time.